Hear you, hear you. The finale was some bullshit. Let's jump right in. Episode 18, the finale is in the building. We have our final four. Gabby, Ty and Justine, Toby and Sydney, and Isaiah and Lucinda are our finalists. This is the Power Squad. They built this ish big brick by brick, and they are very proud of their accomplishment. Like Johnny said, they built this ish brick by brick. And if you think about it, he did have the most powerful alliance, Johnny and them, you know, because once they got Josh and Andre out, you got to give them his flowers. They did what they had to do, and they played the game accordingly. Ty says he has loads of energy because he's just been talking for 3 weeks. Toby, he is feeling really nervous about America's vote because he put himself and Sydney in a very vulnerable situation with, you know, attacking Garby's chair. Justine is very locked in. It's giving Mr. and Mrs. Smith, if you ask me, her and Ty. But I see her game. You know ball, Justine. On the other hand, we have Isaiah. He cannot believe he's there. Ty said, you're kind of lucky. You have your ex-girl here. You have your new girl here. You made it, skating through it, you know, thanks to Lucinda's alliance. So he's in probably the best position there is in the game right now. Toby screaming how he just wants to go out in a blaze of glory, how he's just proud that he made it to the top 4. You know, he just basically want to be dominant.
I can tell you like being dominant.
We realize that Lucinda is really the only OG of the girls, which is a crazy realization that all the bombshells are in there. And I think Gabby's like, shout out to the bombshells. And I'm like, shout out to the bombshells for sure. And meanwhile, on the other hand, we have Johnny, whose life is flashing before his eyes right now because I think he knows he's going to have to atone for all the sins he's done to get to this point. And it's like a lesson there because you can want something so bad, but if you don't get there with your MVP, right, your morals, your values, and your principles, sometimes you can let that get ahead of the game. And it's always very important to maintain your morality, who you are, and just stay grounded in that and not get caught up in the ills of the world, right, to take over you. And that's what happened with Johnny. He's sort of forest before the trees. Like, he just lost who he was in this competition in order to get to the goal. And he just got his, you know, foot cut off, as you guys know. I also noticed a lot of little MAGA sayings. Like, they kept having Lucinda talk about her genes and how she has good genes. And if she wins, it's because of her genes. It was giving very much Sydney Sweeney. And I ain't like that because we already know what kind of world we living in. But so I already saw it teeing up before we get to the kicker. And also halfway through, I realized I think Johnny's going home because he got so much airtime, you guys. Like, the whole first hour almost was about Johnny and, like, him, you know, bigging himself up. So, you know, when they do that, it's like killing off a character before they're gone. They always give them extra screen time. So here we are. We're finally at the results. First couple saved, Justine and Ty. I'm so happy. Even Ty, he goes, thank you, America, which is cute because I already knew from watching him in season 10. I used to always say he needs to be on US. Like, if he's on US, Americans will love him, and did. And when you think about it, Ty played his game flawlessly. All his alliance made it to the top. All his besties made it to the final. And Isaiah is just lucky to be there because he coupled up with someone from his alliance. So here we are. We have the final 2 at the bottom. Toby and Sydney and Johnny and Gabby. And drum roll, please. Johnny ends up getting eliminated. Toby is saved by America in the American votes. But Johnny, let's be honest, you knew, brother. You know what you did. You knew what you did. And you should not be shocked that all of Dominican Republic is putting that bruja on you, brother, because you deserved it. There was no way you were going to mess with a Dominicana and think you were going to get into that finale, that mega duel. Donezo. And I already knew. Period. So, yeah, Justine is so happy. She's like, thank you, America. It would have been nice to battle Johnny in the duel because he wanted it so bad for his sake. But for me, in my house, we serving the Lord. She just basically said, thank you so much, America. And she was really excited. So, in my opinion, I already won because if Justine's happy, I'm happy, we're happy. Yeah. So next up is the duel. And I'm thinking to myself, now Sydney and Toby, cool. Ty and Justine, cool. But in my little radar, there is Isaiah and Lucinda. And look what I wrote on my Twitter. I said, or not Twitter. We don't do Twitter. We do Blue Sky. I said, Ty and Justine, just remember Lucinda and Isaiah are still in the mofo building. Don't let them slip under your radar again. I'm telling you. So I also said that if Sydney gets the money, like, she should take it. Like, if Toby and her win, like, that was my goal for her. Either of the girls, really. But, you know, at this point, because, you know, I kind of had a feeling they were going to have some white person win. I just knew they weren't going to have it like a three-peat. Or at least I felt that in my spirit. So I was screaming three-peat, three-peat, three-peat for Justine, but I kind of felt it. So if Sydney was to win, I'm thinking she takes the money, right? That's only right. So the gang's all here. I mean, everybody. We talking Garby. We talking Nicola. We talking Adriana. It was just nice to see everybody, and they all look so refreshed. I guess they've been hanging out in Malta, wherever they're at, or Fiji. I'm not sure where they are. And it's just, you know, they looking all good and fresh and refreshed. So it was nice to see them. But guess who's missing? Did you guys notice? I'll give you a second. The drama. Oh, okay, I'm the drama. The drama queen himself. Chris Seeley. I guess his little finger is still hurt and he couldn't make it back. Or maybe he's just overseas playing basketball. Who knows? But I just thought that was so dramatic for him not to be there. So here we are, mega duel. First round goes. Boom. Ty and Justine win. It's amazing. I guess all those little tentacles and manipulation tactics that Ty says he uses came into play because he was able to boom, bing, bong and get that puzzle piece done really quick. Unfortunately for his boy Toby, he was out of here because he couldn't figure it out. You know, he's always frazzled and he didn't have Ty to save him. Ty took him as far as he could, you know, in that round. So now we have Isaiah and Lucinda and Ty and Justine in the grand finale. So in my end, everything worked out. All my clients made it because you guys know I never was a Lucinda hater. I'm sorry, guys. I know the Garby thing, but I like both. I like both. Hey, it is what it is. So Justine and Ty, Lucinda and Isaiah, I'm happy with both. They're making it to the next round. And in this round, there's money bags. Similar to the first season, they have to get the money bags on either side. And boom, clock strikes. And Isaiah just goes mega madman on everybody, and it was shocking. And so Tyreek, he's losing his game because Isaiah keeps taking his bags, and if they have a white bag, they lose and deduct money. And Isaiah is holding onto them bags for dear life. Ty's trying to wrestle the bags from him, but I realized what Isaiah did well was when the clock hit, he took all the bags to his side, so all he had to do was play defense, while anytime Ty would try to grab a bag, he held on to those bags so Ty couldn't get the bags back over. But if Ty and Justine originally would have took all the bags to their side, just like Isaiah did, and they just wrestled for the bags, then I think it would have been more even. And then Ty, not trying to go get smaller bags or other bags because he lost focus, he was literally like just struggling with Isaiah to get the bags back on his thing. And I think he just lost track of time. So in the end, the ending that I think none of us saw coming or none of us really wanted, Isaiah and Lucinda end up winning the mega duel, the final mega duel portion. So now we have to determine who gets the money, who wins the big money, and this is where all the Islanders come in. They go behind the Islander that they most support, which ends up being Isaiah. So ultimately, Isaiah wins the entirety of the show. And then he decides to split the money with Lucinda because he decides that he is here for love. They also show her card, which also displays that she was there for love as well. So it's a beautiful wrap up to the end of the season. Like I said, if you are a Lucinda hater, you are so mad right now. If you are a Ty defender, you are so mad right now. I'm a Ty defender. I love it. So I am so mad right now, but I also am a Lucinda lover. So I'm kind of indifferent, if I'm being honest with you. I'm not mad about it. But if you guys enjoyed this recap, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Nico Nicole, and this is Give This Girl a Mic. And that's the end of Love Island. We'll see you guys on the Actually, I decided I am a little mad. I'm not big mad, but I'm a little mad. Ty wanted that so bad. He might need to go on Traitors or something. He might be more suited for less physical activity, but definitely mind manipulation, because he got some tactics going on there. He carried this season. And the craziest thing, this was extremely reminiscent of Ty's season. When that random couple won, yeah. They're not even together today, I'm sure. Or not even... They didn't even make a splash after that season. I keep telling y'all, it's a scheme set up by Ty. It has to be. Because ain't no way Justine didn't get the opportunity to just take that money for the third time and run. It just all seems so impractical to me. I don't understand. I guess we'll never know.